everyone, it's Nicole and I'm here with another layout. This now is not a page kit. I went to the dollar store last week and I was just walking around and then I saw this. It's from My Big Ideas. It was $3 and it was for all of this. The papers, I can kind of say I'm like, some of them I don't really like. But, you know, I can cut these, make some die cuts out of them. I don't particularly like papers that have like a border all the way around, but I can maybe cut the inside and use that. Don't like that one. That one's okay, I guess. I can cut it in strips. That one's okay. I like this one. This one, I find it's a little busy, but maybe I can use it to mat, you know, something. So this again, I'll just be cutting the flowers out. And this one too, just cutting the flowers out. I like this one and I like the background of that. So there was like, I don't know, there's like 10 sheets of paper in here. Most of them are okay. But what I liked was there's, you know, a sticker sheet, which is 6 by 12. It's those transparent stickers. Then there's like chipboard stickers. There was 2 of them. One is all flat. The other one has some dimensions to it. Like there's 2 things of chipboard, one on top of the other. Then there was this big sheet of die cuts. So for $3, you know, even if I don't use the pattern papers, even if I just use a couple like I'm going to use today, I'm still getting, you know, a lot of stuff. So, and my rule, I guess, is if I'm going to bring something new into the house, into my scrap room, I need to use it. I need to right away, you know, not wait 6 months or a whole lot of time before I actually use it. So I'm going to use some of that today. I brought in 2 cardstock. I like pink and red together, so I brought that in. I'm going to use that as a background. I'm going to use that as a layer. I think I'm going to put the layer going that way. I don't know. It just kind of goes with the eyes. I don't know how many pictures I'm going to use. The reason I thought of those is there's a couple of stickers on here that says my happy place. Like this says our happy place. My favorite, sweet memories. So I thought, you know what? This is one of our favorite things to do, is to walk and then find a waterfall. We didn't do it at all this past summer because my husband injured himself. So I just feel like it's kind of missing right now. in sort of my life, I'm, you know, winter hasn't even really started yet. And already I'm like, oh, I can't wait till next summer so that we can walk again. One thing I want to do is start going on the treadmill and start, you know, feeling better and all that stuff. Because when I used to walk all the time, I felt so good. And there's no way I'm going out in this cold and walking. Like, oh my goodness, I have a hard time walking to the vehicle. And, you know, my SUV, we put it in the garage so that I don't have to go out in the cold. The only time I come out in the cold is when I leave work. And then I go in my vehicle. I don't like the cold at all. The only thing I like about winter is hockey. Apart from that, nothing. I like nothing about winter. Okay, so let's see how big we should cut this. Let's take a pencil. So I'm filming this. What date are we today? We're Wednesday, November 27th. And that reminds me, today starts my Black Friday sale on all my classes. So if you click on the link in the description box below. All my classes are 50% off, and it's from today till Sunday. And it's for Black Friday. It's the thankful season, and I am thankful for each and every one of you. Okay, so I was thinking like this or like this, and the reason that I'm choosing like this is because I'm on this side of the layout, so I feel like I want the pictures hanging out on that side. That's the only reason why I'm putting it on that side. Now, I find this is really blending with this. So I want to double mat this with a bigger mat, like maybe this big. So let's cut that out. So yes, I just want to say what I was thinking when I was doing this. So I'm so thankful for all of you that watch my videos, that support my classes. Oops. What is going on? It won't let me. It keeps bumping up on this. So this is my way to say thank you, is to drop my classes to 50% off. So there's classes like there's 4 scrapathons. So scrapathon 1, 2, 3, 4. So each one of those have 31 plus videos. And then there's stuff like demystifying clustering. I have a class on Document December, which is, that's coming up in a few days. I think actually the video after this, I think I'm going to work on maybe my December daily. I don't work till next Tuesday. And it's not my regular shift. I took an extra shift again. That's going to be coming to an end. And that's why I wasn't separating them more, because I kind of figured that they would do it for a little bit and then they would take it away. And that's exactly what they're doing. They're taking it away. So I'm like, okay, well, at least I did, 7 or 8 of them. I got some shifts working in there, because I do like working in there a lot. There was a full-time job in there, which they were trying to get me to apply for it, and I was just like, I just can't do full-time Monday to Friday right now. I like this whole part-time gig, and then, we're working on other stuff too, so I kind of like that. Enjoying doing, YouTube and the classes, and we bought a 3D printer, so we're almost ready to start that. We just wanted to get 10, I don't want to say patterns because they're not patterns, but 10 models out I get. And I think we're on number 6. So it's coming together very nicely. So we'll be starting that very soon. I usually don't like stuff when there's stuff in the corners, but unless I put like 2 sheets of pattern papers to cover that. But it's so long, like it's so deep, then it'll affect this. I think I'll just deal with it. I'll just start gluing down. I'll put that, we'll see right there. Trying to make it so it's not touching those flowers, but I said they're so big. I think that's straight. I've been having an issue lately with putting things straight. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. My glasses, like what's going on. I think it's just me. I used to be able to eyeball it really, really good. But lately I'm like, okay, eyeballing is not working so great for you right now. But the way I look at it, I don't want to sit there and measure too long. I'm okay with it not being totally perfect. I mean, if it's totally crooked, then I try to fix it. So it's a nice sunny day out there today, but I think it's really cold, which is like, it feels like we have two seasons, summer and winter. Like we don't get a beautiful fall, like we might get like 3 or 4 days and then it gets cold real quick. Okay, I like that. I like having a little journaling card there. And I have to say, I didn't respond to her yet because I wanted to come upstairs and do this, but I'll respond to her as soon as I'm done this. But Holly contacted me. She said she went to her Tuesday morning and she found some of these journaling cards in 4x6 and she wants to send them to me. So I'm like so excited. So if Holly, if you're seeing this, like, thank you so much. I'm so excited. You didn't have to do that. Absolutely, you know, didn't have to do that, but I appreciate it so much. I am going to use absolutely every one of those cards. Not a one is going to be wasted. Okay. What do I want to put here? Memories, maybe? Kind of like that. Still gives me room to do some journaling. It's kind of a busy, you know, kit or whatever, but it's okay. Not every layout is going to be, you know, scrapbook magazine worthy. I think a lot of my layouts are not scrapbook magazine worthy, and that's okay, because you know what, this is for us. This is for us as for our creativity, to get our creativity out there. We're getting our family's memories out, you know, in albums, instead of, because we're at the I want to say at the age, but it's not, I'm not talking age like, you know, 20 or 30 or 40. I'm talking like the age as far as the time in history that everything is digital. And they say as many pictures that are being taken, you know, with cell phones, because it's so easy to take cell phone pictures right now, that it's going to be the time in the centuries or whatever that there's going to be the least amount of photos. And that's because when the phones get full, instead of moving stuff to, you know, a computer or things like that, they just go, oh, my phone is full, I need more room, delete. They delete the pictures. So it's like there's going to be less pictures. Or if you know, if you ask a lot of people, they'll say, oh, I have all these pictures, but they're all on my computer and they're all over the place, and I couldn't find, you know, a specific picture if I tried. So a lot of it is kept digitally too, and who knows what will happen to those. For example, I had a external hard drive, and didn't have a lot of pictures on that. All my pictures were on a different external hard drive, but all my classes were on that external hard drive, all of them. and the hard drive crashed. We cannot access those anymore. Now, my classes are on a thing online, Vimeo. So as long as I keep paying my fee for that, my videos are there and they're safe. You know what I mean? But if I, at some point, what we're going to do, which is going to take so much time, when we get another hard drive, we're going to go there and download from video onto our hard drive again so that we have our videos, you know. But yeah, and you know what they say, when you say something, then it happens. We were, I can't remember which class it was. Was it, no, it was one of the scrapathons, I think. And we were talking about that exactly, about hard drives and hard drives crashing and losing everything, losing all your pictures and all this stuff. And literally within a week and a half to 2 weeks, my hard drive crashed. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, how is that happening? Like, just because we talked about it? Come on. But anyway, yeah, my husband, and my husband is a computer geek, you know. That's what he does for a living. He works in the computer world, so he knows his stuff. He knows how to, you know, recover stuff, and just could not recover it. It just is done. Done. Like I said, I was upset, but I wasn't overly upset because I was like, well, we have them somewhere else that we can, you know, get them again. I wish this was, it's too much like the background, but I like that. I wish I had another circle that I could put there. There's little flowers that I can put there too, just to kind of bring the flower theme in. I think I'd like just like a, now I'm covering that flower, but like I said, I'm not too crazy about that anyway. One thing about this paper, super flimsy. So I'll probably mount that on just a piece of white cardstock. And this is not some super expensive cardstock. I don't know if you remember years ago, they used to give you, when you bought albums, they used to give you white cardstock with your albums. I kept all that. I must have, well, not anymore, but I must have had, you know, 200 or 300 sheets of those. I never get rid of anything related to scrapbooking. I just keep everything, and then I figure someday I'll use it. And, you know, when I worked full time, I used to buy scrapbooking stuff every month. Like almost, you know, every paycheck, so every 2 weeks or whatever, a couple times a month, I would place an order, you know, $50 or $75 or whatever. And I built up my stash that way. I did that for, I don't know, 15 years. You know, I built up my stash, and I kept joking because people would say, you know, oh my goodness, like you have so much stuff. Like, why? And I say, well, you know how people put money into our SPs? Well, this is my retirement fund for scrapbooking. The only thing that I'll have to buy will be like cardstock, and even at that, I only have to buy certain colors of cardstock. Normally it's white because I seem to use a lot of white, and black and brown. I was a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for, I don't know, 7 years or something. So I have a lot of cardstock. I built up a ton of cardstock. And for a while, I was very fussy about the tones, like that it had to be like perfect. And I'm like, okay, you need to get over that. Like that pink is not the perfect pink for that pink. And before I would have kept looking until I found that perfect pink. And I'm like, you need to let go and not be so rigid, because you will not use up all the stuff that you have in your stash, and you need to. So now I'm a little bit more not as rigid about that kind of stuff. I'm a little bit more lenient. I'm going to put a heart there. I have a heart here. Let's see if there's another heart somewhere else that I can put with this one, just so that I'm keeping it consistent. Now this didn't have any enamel dots, so I'll just grab some of my own enamel dots. Just trying to see where I want that heart. I know I want it here. I can maybe put it sort of like at the end of my journaling. I like that. The journaling card, is that crooked? Ah, it's fine. So I got an arrow here. Let's see, there's a few more arrows. I'm not going to have a lot to say about this, so an arrow here, maybe up there. Oh, there's a few more hearts there. Maybe I love layering hearts. That's one of my favorite things to do. So I got a couple more hearts here. Oh, quite a few actually. Let's see if I can layer. That one blends in too much. Let's try another color, maybe blue. Yeah. And then this one here, do I want black or do I want to keep black for this one? Yeah. And then this one, that's almost the same tone, but just a little darker. I kind of like that. Yeah. Okay, so I think I've used up, like I find that the embellishment clusters are a little, you know, kind of full. I don't think I want to go right to the end here. I think I want to go to here. Do I want to put this somewhere else so that it... That's one thing about those stickers. Once you have it down, it's like, okay, you can't change your mind. And I'm totally about changing my mind. Okay, so I still want this, but I think I'll put it under here, like that. And then this, like that. Okay, yeah, I like that. I like that. And then there's like kind of flowers in behind there, so that kind of ties it all together. And now let me go into my enamel dots. And that's another thing that, you know, I used to get some more and get some more and get some more. And then after a while I was like, nope, you have to use what you have. So now, even though it's not the perfect shade of whatever I'm like, that's okay. It doesn't have to be the perfect shade. I love these little cameras. I'm not going to use it on this, but I love those little cameras. They came from a pattern paper, 6x6 pattern paper. And I just cut them out and use them. as an embellishment. Okay. Okay, I like those reds. I don't have a lot, but I'll use whatever I have and I'll be okay with it. So I only have a couple of big enamel dots. So I'm going to keep it for my bigger embellishment clusters like this one. This one, maybe this one. And then the other one, I'm just going to use the little ones. Put that there. And this one, I'm just going to put, so I still got to use every single one of them. Just this little cluster's a little different. Okay, come on. Okay, so I'm going to put that back. I'm going to put it in this one. There we go. Just so I don't have to open my drawer again. My title is just going to be Memories. The other thing I'm going to do is, I know this wasn't this summer. That was 2018. I know it was July because that's when we went camping. I don't know the date, and I'm okay with that. Even if I don't know the specific date, I'm totally okay with that. I'm just going to take my stays on because it's the thing that's the closest to me right now. I like to check it just because many times I've stamped it upside down, wrong date, because when you're reading it on here, it can be a little difficult to see. Okay, so I'm going to cover these photos. I didn't cut down my photos, which is kind of weird. Usually I like to cut them down to 4x4, but these ones I kept this size. Now, what color? I think I want black. And I think just white, because I don't think the pink is going to show on this. So I have white here. And I have black here. And I just like to add that. I mean, I have the mist. I might as well use it up. It's just sitting there. I've paid for it. I like how it looks. So I'm going to use it. I like this dress look. Put a little bit. Okay, so that's, a diagonal design because I kept my embellishments going from the left bottom to the top right. There we go. A little bit more white. And then, of course, I don't put my mat underneath, so then I have to make sure that I get a wet one and I clean it right away. Actually, I think before I work on my December daily, I think I'm gonna clean my scrap room. It got a little bit, not as bad as usual. It might look that way because I have a lot of albums out, but it's like big stuff. Like as soon as I put it away, it's going to clean up really quickly. It's when I was getting ready for December daily, I took out a few December daily albums and all that stuff. So I need to put that stuff away. So I'll probably do that first. Doesn't it feel good when you clean up your room and then everything's all, or even your house, right? Like when you clean your house, it's like, oh, okay, everything's all clean. Now I feel like doing this. So that's kind of at the spot that I am. I think I want to clean up my room and then I'll start working on my December daily because that's coming up in 4 days. So I'd like to get a few days done up ahead. So that's it. That's going to complete this layout. Don't forget, my Black Friday sale is from November 27th to December 1st. So it's on sale right now. And I want to thank you so much for watching. Bye.